What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How your mama doing? Hey, we're gonna do a vegetable ribeye soup tonight. I saw these ribeyes on sale, and you're probably asking, how are you gonna do a ribeye? Ribeyes are supposed to be eaten on the grill or sautéed or not eaten in a soup. Well, I bought these ribeyes, and they were marked down because they were starting to kind of get a little bit dark. And sometimes, those are the best ribeyes that you can have, even when you cook them on the grill or cook them in the oven or cook them in your frying pan or whatever. Those are some of the best or the tenderest types of steaks that you can have. So we're going to do one. We're going to do these steaks in our can cooker. We made a video with the can cooker the other week, and we're going to make a soup video with this ribeye steak. So y'all just follow me along. It's a simple recipe. You don't have to do it in a can cooker. You can use your regular pot if you're making the soup, but we're going to tenderize our meat first. All right, guys. Now, I want you to look at these steaks. Don't think I went out and spent a lot. These were reduced for quick sale, $3.49. All of them, $3.69, $3.79. And they're not even dark steaks, guys. These steaks look good. That one's getting a little bit of darkness to it. But I guarantee you, if I was to throw that on the grill, it'd come out delicious. These right here are called cigarillas. They're kind of a bean from the Philippines. It's called a winged bean. I've never had any before, but you can eat these things raw, or you can put them in like mixtures like this, like in a salad, or you can put them in, you can cook them. We're going to use this plain old soup mix. Now, you can do all this stuff naturally, just do it with potatoes and carrots and corn, and you got some fajita blend, and our seasonings are going to be some Tony Chachere, some apple cider vinegar, some cayenne pepper, dill weed, paprika, a little bit of ground cumin, and a little bit of curry powder. We're going to mix it all up. First of all, we're going to brown our steaks. All right, we got our oil in there, a little bit of coconut, avocado, and safflower oil. We're just going to stick this up here for about a minute, guys. Not long. We don't need any spices on it, seasonings, or nothing like that. All right, and through time, it's been about a minute or so. Again, you don't want to cook it. Just kind of brown it just like that. Let that one go for about a minute as well. Got another pan over here that I'm going to let them cook. That one hasn't warmed up yet, though. Alrighty, one thing I left out is we're going to have some cooking stock here, and this is a vegetable cooking stock. You can also use chicken broth or chicken stock. You can just use water if you want to, but something to give it a little bit of flavor. Alrighty, so now we've got all 6 of the ribeyes cooked here, and I know somebody's in the background saying, that boy done put those ribeyes in that pan. He could have cooked those and had him a nice ribeye meal with a beer and some French fries and mashed potatoes, and he's gonna put them in a doggone soup. Doggone it, I do what I want to do. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it for me because it's gonna be a kick-ass soup. All right, guys, if you've seen some of my other videos, this is the can cooker, and the principle behind this is it cooks with low pressure, and steam comes out of this little hole right here. You don't have to put a whole lot of fluid on the inside of there, but you do have to kind of take you some cooking spray and spray it initially, just so that it maintains its non-stick surface here. Then we're going to add our broth, and we want to put about half of a box of this. So that's about 2 cups or so. And actually, you know what? We're gonna put it all in there. Alrighty, we laid our steaks in there, and the steaks will, since you've cooked them a little bit, they will ooze out a little bit of their oil, their essence. So you want to pour that in there as well. We're gonna sit this on medium here. I'm gonna put our lid up here, set it down there, and you give it about 15 minutes, guys, and it should be steaming in 15 minutes. Now, I used this the other week, and it wasn't steaming, so I'm going to turn this up just a tad bit here to a little bit more than steaming. We're going to give it 15 minutes. All right, it's been exactly 15 minutes, and it is boiling, and we want to turn that heat down a little bit, guys, because you want to cook it on medium to medium low. And we're going to let that go for about an hour. Alrighty, it's been about an hour here. And we're going to check and see how our steak is cooking. I didn't put any spices in it yet. We want this to be kind of tender. And see, it's not quite tender yet, guys. We want this to be tender. So we're going to let that cook some more. And then, I mean, it's getting there, but it's just not quite there yet. Alrighty, we're going to check the meat again here. It's been about 2 hours now. And it probably is going to be tender now. Oh yeah, fall off the bone. Okay, now we're not going to leave those bones in there, but we are going to let them cook while we put the vegetables in there. Yeah, that's fall off the bone. So we can add our veggies. Alrighty, so I did go ahead and remove the bones because they were just going to be in the way. So I did remove the bones. They are, I mean, there's no meat on these bones whatsoever. Alrighty, and I did go ahead and get my spices here. What you've got here is the dill weed, the cumin, the curry powder. There's about a teaspoon of the curry powder and the cumin. There's about 2 tablespoons of the dill weed, about 2 tablespoons of the paprika, and about a tablespoon of the Tony Saturates. And we're going to add that directly to it. And we're also going to add about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That gives it a little bit of tartness, guys. And also I had some cayenne pepper in there as well too, about half of a teaspoonful. And I wasn't going to put any tomatoes in here, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of tomato paste in here, just to be on the safe side. And just because I like the taste of it and I like that little twang that it gives. Alright, so we added our soup mix. We're going to mix that around. Now with our fajita blend with the peppers and the red onions and the just the pepper mixture, we're going to maybe use a half a bag of that. I got to see how the liquid fills up this thing. So that's looking pretty good right there. So what we'll do is add half of the fajita blend mix. Alrighty, now we've added our cigarrillas, or our winged beans, and we're going to have to add a little bit more chicken broth in here, or vegetable broth in here. Now sometimes you got to improvise. I didn't have any more vegetable broth, and I didn't want to use chicken broth, so I had some of this dried vegetable broth that you add to water, 1 little cube to a cup of water, and that's a 2 cup of water holder right there. So we're gonna just make us some right here. Yeah, it's kind of cheating, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Alrighty, everybody, we're gonna take a look at our finished product, and it took about 3.5 hours total for this right here. Oh, look at that. Came out good. Now what I had to do is I went to sleep last night, so I turned it off at about the 3-hour mark and just let it finish cooking throughout the night. But the vegetables are tender. It smells delicious. You can have this just by itself as a meal, or you can have it with some rice or some crackers and things. However you eat your soup, you know, some toast, some cornbread. This is a good comfort food. It's good for these cold days we're about to get here in the South. And I hope you enjoyed the video.